As most of you know, I am not the most organized person in the world, although I pretend sometimes, and at least I'm trying to get better. In this video, I'd like to talk about organizing our files into folders. It's a good time to do that in the first couple weeks of the quarter as we get more projects done, more files made. It's easy to lose track of those, and it'll save you time and hassle of looking for files or folders if you set up a really basic organization system. If you have time, I would encourage you to also set up folders in your Google Drive accounts, because as you back up and save files in your Google Drive, you'll get quite a list, and so it'll save you hassle and time by organizing yourself there as well. All right, let's get started with just organizing your network folder though. I'm going to click on my name here and go to my documents. Now you can pause the video and keep up with me and do things at the same time, or play it and do it later and replay it if you need to. It's totally up to you. Alright, you notice in my network folder I've got a folder called Adobe and a folder called Stuff. Stuff is not a very descriptive name. I don't know if I'll remember a few months from now what kind of stuff is in there, and I'll have to look at it and probably resort it. So try to pick a name that will be something you can remember a few weeks from now. What I'd like to do is set up a folder to put my keyboarding lessons and projects in, and then also set up folders for upcoming projects. If I expand this window just by dragging it here, there's an option to create a new folder. So I'll create a new folder, and I'm going to call this Word Projects. I would recommend using the same name or something very similar to that. Now I'm going to drag up these folders, or excuse me, files into this new folder, and I'm going to drag my Pyramid Project file. And in a previous video I talked about backing up your major projects by creating a copy and also saving a copy into your Google Drive account. I drop that in, and now I need to decide if I'm going to put my keyboarding lessons inside this folder or not. If you do decide to put your keyboarding lessons in this folder and open up Microsoft Word the next day, Microsoft Word might not be able to find this because you're changing its location. It's sort of like if you have a GPS in your car and you go inside of a tunnel, you lose connection with the satellite GPS, and then when you get out of the tunnel, that GPS has to reconnect with the satellite to find your location or your position. Well, when you start moving files into folders, and it's something that you work on continually, it's possible that Microsoft Word or whatever program you're using will not be able to find it, especially if you go to recent files as a way to get to your previous work. So you have to decide if you want to put it in this folder or not. Just remember, if you do, it might not show up in your recent files in Microsoft Word, and you'll just have to open it up from here, and that'll reconnect the location just like a GPS would reconnect with a satellite. Well, not just like, but in a similar way, I guess. All right. Now there's another way I could do this. I could put this folder over here and open up my network folder again. So I could do something like this. I could have my documents, and I could open my Word projects, and you see that, here, let me flip this around for a second. It'll be easier to see this way. Okay, so what I did was I opened up my network folder again, and that way I could view inside of the Word Projects folder and also see inside of my Documents folder. Now I could just move this over here like that. Now it shows up in my Word Projects folder, and it's not showing here. If you start moving files around like this, using this technique, just be careful or be watchful of the location path. So I'm looking at this address bar here, the location bar, And here it says Word Projects. That's the name of the folder I'm in. That's this folder here. My Documents, that's the folder I have open over here. And here's my name, that's my network folder. So it is possible to move things around, lots of files into lots of different folders using this method. Just be careful that you're paying attention to which folder it's going into. It doesn't have your name or your My Documents up here, and it's possible that you are placing your files in a place that you can't get them from another computer or another location, and then I can't see your work either, so make sure you pay attention to that. Alright, so that's one method. I'm going to close that. Oh, I'm going to leave my keyboarding lessons out, not inside of that folder, but remember, you have to make that decision. But I'm going to keep my projects in my Word Projects folder. Okay, I am going to now create some more folders. So I just extended my window so I could see where it says New Folder, and I'm going to call this new folder my Power. Excuse me, I gotta click inside there. Alright. Oh, my laptop is being very touchy. Call this my PowerPoints, because you'll be making PowerPoints for me later on, so that's where you could put your PowerPoint projects. I'm going to create another new folder. I'm going to call this my Photography folder. And that's a place where I could put my pictures. Now I know there's a Pictures folder inside of your My Documents, excuse me, your Network folder. Just a second. Alright, I had to take a call there. So we were talking about creating folders. The Photography folder, even though you have a Picture folder in your My Documents, or excuse me, your Network folder, I kind of like having everything in the My Documents folder. Then I know that at least I can see everything that you've made, and it's just in one place. So I'm going to create that folder. And here's another one. I can create one called Photoshop, because we will be working with Photoshop, and even though that involves photography, your Photoshop files are different files than your photo files, so I'm going to create a separate folder for that. And let's kind of review here. I got a miscellaneous stuff. That's just my personal business. Adobe is for some other things that aren't involved with your class. But for your class, we've got a photography folder, Photoshop, PowerPoints, and Microsoft Word projects. You can have other folders for personal things as well, but those are some folders I'd like you to have ready for some upcoming projects. So please take the time to do this, and then I'm trying to get it to be a more simpler file management system. So having all these folders ready in one place under My Documents, or if you're one of those that has Documents in all caps, use that. I think it'll help all of us keep track of our things.